We spent 3 days exploring the flowers in Holland, and we wanted to share the experience with you. Maybe it will inspire you to plan your own flower trip to the Netherlands in the next year. On the first day, we visited the location where the flower parade floats are put together. And after that, we headed to The Hague and the Dutch North Sea coast. Day 2. We spent almost the entire day at Keukenhof Gardens. And that evening we saw the nighttime flower parade. Day 3. The big day of the Bloemencorso Ballenstreek. This is the annual flower parade from the city of Noordwijk to Haarlem, spanning a 42-kilometer-long road. And afterwards we explored the flower region before heading back home. We will take you through our 3-day vacation of the flowers of Holland. This is somewhat like a documentary of those 3 days. Flowers, art, architecture, the Dutch coast, and a nice springtime sunshine. We hope you will enjoy our journey of wonders through the flowers of Holland. The flower parade itself is a parade from Noordwijk to Haarlem. That is a 42-kilometer journey that happens once every year. But the story of the flower floats takes about 8 months. It is a story of multiple groups of volunteers, floral designers, city councils, and the flower industry getting together to create something truly spectacular. The parade is watched by over 1 million people every year. This makes it the most visited flower parade in the world.
Yesterday and went all over the place and everyone was...
The preparations for the event begin 8 months before the actual parade. And as with any sound and solid design process, it begins with the concept and the drawing board. Ideas are sketched on paper and often quickly put into 3D render programs. The whole team can then easily assess the design on aesthetics and feasibility. With the parade in April, this concept and design phase is happening in August and September. Then months pass by, with some work, but with the bulk of the work ahead in the couple of weeks before April. After Christmas and the New Year's festivities, the preparations are picked up again. The 3D designs have to evolve from the dream to reality. Time to make things so. The first thing is to work on the skeletal shapes. The skeletal shape is welded, covered in plastic and paper to come to a hard outer shell. This is the shell that all the flowers are stapled on. When the date for the parade nears, a big farm is used to house the skeletal floats. It is in the halls of that farm that the groups of volunteers gather. Within a 3-day period, they place all the flowers on all 17 floats. All of this happens right before the parade takes to the road. Companies offer their services, often for free, as do volunteers. The flower parade is more than just an event. It is a communal effort where people gather for months to shape something of beauty. The rest of the day was spent in the Hague and coastal Scheveningen. The city of The Hague might not be the capital of the Netherlands, but both the government and the royal family reside here. This city is not like other Dutch cities like Amsterdam or Utrecht. Those are cities with canals and the characteristic canal houses. Much of The Hague has been built in later years, around the 1800s. There are some medieval buildings still, but most of the stately town houses date from the 1800s and 1900s. We visited the museum called Maurits House to see the Dutch masters. This is a small museum, much smaller than Rijksmuseum in Amsterdam. But the collection of Rembrandts and Vermeer is just exquisite. The famous Binnenhof was still closed for restorations when we were there, but we had a little look around the buildings. We had a stroll through town, exploring the city, passing the office palace of the king. And after a late lunch, we headed over to the coast. It is early morning in the iconic Kurhaus Hotel, and we are preparing for a big flower day. One whole day at the grand and charming Keukenhof Gardens. We could have easily spent more time in here. Keukenhof Gardens consist of several areas, each with a character of its very own. Some parts are intimate, and some parts show the splendor of flowers in a grand way. And as we like to do on all of our journeys, the most memorable parts are seen when you just wander around and free your feet to explore. Wonderful surprises, unexpected scenes. They will greet you along the way. What everyone wants to know is when to see the tulips in full bloom. Well, in our experience, you can best visit Keukenhof from about 15th of April till the beginning of May. That is when you will have the best chance of catching the tulips in full bloom. Of course, this varies year per year with the weather, but overall, we found that to be the best time. The famously lush pictures of Keukenhof you see online are very often taken in that period, mid-April till the first days of May. The look of Keukenhof changes during the 8-week period that it is open. And we will show you the same spots filmed 2 weeks apart, so you can compare the difference. On the left are scenes taken on April 11th. That was when we took our 3-day flower vacation. And on the right are the same spots at Keukenhof, but they were filmed on April 28th when we visited the gardens again. If you do take a Holland holiday, and you plan a visit to Keukenhof at the start and at the end of your stay, then you'd be treated to a different park altogether. And in between you can visit Amsterdam, The Hague, the flower region of Holland called Ballenstreek, and more. The end of the day was nearing, and we left Keukenhof Gardens with the promise to visit it again 2 weeks later. We headed to the nearby town where the annual flower parade is kicked off. There is an opening ceremony there, and then an illuminated nighttime parade. The town is called Noordwijkerhout, and the event was something special. Before the floats make their debut in the nighttime parade, they are displayed throughout the town, offering one of the best chances to admire them up close. This is when the intricate floral designs can truly be appreciated. You can walk close enough to see the individual flowers, each carefully placed, and observe the wide variety of blooms used to bring the designs to life. There are two other moments when the floats are on full display. At the starting point of the daytime flower parade, and again at the finish, after the 42-kilometer route comes to an end. Still, the nighttime parade itself remains somewhat of a hidden gem. While more international visitors have begun to discover the opening festivities, the audience is still largely Dutch, and many are locals, giving the event a uniquely authentic atmosphere.
Officieel, dames en heren, is het 78e Bloemencorso. WonderJourneys geopend.
On the final day of our 3-day road trip, we watched the flower parade Bloemencorso Ballenstreek. Last time, we saw it in the city of Voorhout. This time, we went to where it all begins, the coastal city of Noordwijk along the North Sea. After the parade, we had a lovely lunch at a flower farm. We visited a few flower fields and then made our way back home across the country. The flower parade in the Netherlands' renowned flower region is typically scheduled with Easter in mind. In 2025, Easter fell on April 20th and 21st, so the parade was held the weekend before to avoid overlapping with the holiday. In 2026, Easter falls earlier, on April 5th and 6th. This means the parade will likely take place the following weekend, or possibly a bit later. The exact dates are usually announced a few months in advance, so it's best to check online around January or February. The parade is free to attend, and each year it draws visitors from all over the world. To secure a good viewing spot, it's best to arrive early, about 40 minutes to an hour before the parade begins. You can also book tickets for designated viewing stands located in several towns along the parade route. Those stands are not free, but you do get a guaranteed seat to see the parade float by. The parade sets off at 9 o'clock in Noordwijk and travels throughout the day, ending in Haarlem. In both cities, the floats are put on display before and after the parade. Haarlem offers a unique chance to see the floats beautifully illuminated at night. While Noordwijk, the town featured in our film, gives you a first glimpse of the floats bathed in the soft light of early morning. The annual flower parade is over, but you'd like to see more flowers? Well, this is the flower region of Holland, so there is lots to see. Those famous Dutch flower fields are all around you. The Keukenhof gardens are in this area, and there are several flower farms. Please bear in mind, though, that the so-called production fields cannot be entered. You can enjoy them from the side, but you cannot walk through them. If you want to walk among the flowers, then you would have to visit a flower farm like Tulip Barn, Amsterdam Tulip Experience, or the Tulperij, to name but a few. Some of these flower farms have a picking garden, a garden where you can pick tulips and other flowers to take home with you. We visited the Tulperij, which is near Keukenhof Gardens. They have a picking garden. They have flower fields that you can book a visit for. And you can get a bite to eat over here while sitting in the tulip garden. This was our 3-day flower vacation in Holland, from how they make the floats to visiting Keukenhof and then seeing the parade during the day and at night. We chose to pay a visit to the city of The Hague, but it could have easily been a visit to the city of Leiden or Delft, or of course Amsterdam and Zandschans. All of those places are really nearby. We hope you enjoyed this video, and perhaps it might inspire you to go on a flower vacation in Holland yourself. See you in our next video, and share what you loved most in this video. Enjoy!